failed to protect Iran from and its peaceful nuclear program. And this is a serious challenge.
Next, we'd like to take a question from IRIB. IRIB, if I can get a question from IRIB.
I'm from a Turkic newspaper and also representing Net News Agency. It is indicated that China is supporting Iran. How do you evaluate its deterrent power vis-a-vis USA and Israel? And can we learn your expectations about your relations with the Russian Federation?
Hello. Once again, we welcome at 5 minutes with Elon Musk.
Well, there was a problem with the translation, or I think with the device, it doesn't work properly. I understood the last part of your question. Well, I'm going to Moscow this afternoon, and I have a meeting with President Putin tomorrow morning. Russia is a friend of Iran, and we enjoy a strategic partnership, and we always consult with each other and coordinate our positions. Russia has been a part and the participants of JCPOA, so they have been always a party to nuclear negotiations. And even in the past 2-3 months that we were negotiating with the United States, we always briefed our Russian friends about the latest about any progress or lack of progress in our talks. Well, I will have serious consultations with the Russian president tomorrow, and we continue to work with each other. Russia is also a permanent member of the Security Council, and we know that they were trying, together with China, to introduce a resolution to the Security Council for the cessation of hostilities. Obviously, now the situation has been changed, and I will have a discussion with them at how it should be proceed.
Final question from IRIB. If we can hand over the microphone to the gentleman right there. Thank you.
از خدمتتون که دیروز آقای اردوغان صحبت‌هایی داشتن در مورد میانجیگری، فکر می‌کنید نقش ترکیه در این رابطه به چه ترتیب خواهد بود؟
Thank you. Yesterday, President Erdogan mentioned a mediation instrument. Can Turkey handle such a diplomacy or mediation activity?
اردوغان رئیس جمهور محترم ترکیه داشتم. هم ترکیه
I had very productive meetings with the president of the Republic of Turkey yesterday, and I also had contacts with some of the countries of the region. Some of the countries of the region, such as Turkey, are indicating that they could be mediating so that the attacks from Israel could stop. I do believe that I'm going to start some actions and discussions about this to prevent this American aggression. Turkey very definitely has condemned the Israeli attacks, and also the countries of the region have also condemned these attacks. Now all the countries of this region and the Islamic countries are condemning the massacres and the killing of Israel. We As members of the OIC and the foreign ministers, we had a special meeting on the situation in Iran. Turkey was the chair of this session, and in relation to condemning Israeli attacks, a statement was shared to end this attack, and they indicated that they were on our side. The attack last night was a big murder. It was not just an attack against the Iranian people, but also the laws and the provisions of the United Nations were also violated. And the NPT was also damaged. Thus, this was a big blow to international security and to peace by America. We believe that the United Nations should see this as a threat. The behavior of America is threatening the world peace, and it is also a serious bottleneck for the international system. And we have important problems and pain in our region because of this, creating an important damage. The attack last night showed once again that the Zionist regime of Israel has not actually reached its targets and aims in Iran, and they have been harmed, and they have actually been in a crisis because of the heroic defense of Iran. And vis-a-vis this defense, they have received support from America. And this direct intervention of America is actually to save the Zionist regime and maybe to save the prime minister specifically of the Zionist regime. This was the reason why America acted this way. And this shows that the White House is under the influence of this individual called Netanyahu. And this is a shame for the whole American citizens. We continue to defend our country in a heroic manner. Our armed forces are ready. Our people with high level of self-confidence and with high level of motivation is ready to defend itself. The Iranian people's national honor has been damaged, and to win this back, they will defend themselves. We will never take a step back from our own law, from our honor, from our territory, and from our people.
Okay, if you're just joining us, we've just been listening to Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi speaking in Istanbul. He said there that Tehran would continue to defend its sovereignty and its people, and that the US is fully responsible for the consequences of its strikes on Iranian nuclear sites. Let's just go back to that press conference in Istanbul. The foreign minister of Iran still speaking. Let's have a listen.
Considering to close the Strait of Hormuz. And one more question as well. 2 times while you are at the table of negotiation, Israel and US attacked your soil. So do you still have the same level of trust to Western diplomacy? Thank you.
There are a variety of options available to us, and that's it. We never trusted Western countries when we negotiated them, and there are now even more reasons why we shouldn't trust them at all. Of course, the way for diplomacy should be always remain open, but as I said, we are not in the situation right now to decide how to engage in diplomacy once again and with whom. So let's wait for our response first. And when the aggression is ended, we decide how to engage in diplomacy once again.
Next, over to NTV.
Mr. Minister, thank you. I would like to ask a quick question. You had many dialogues with Mr. Steve Witkoff, the U.S. representative, during the. Did you ever talk with any Western countries or United States? Did they call you? Thank you.
Well, my talks with Mr. Witkoff was indirect through the Omani foreign minister as intermediator, to whom I'm very grateful. And when the talks were stopped because of the US aggression, we are still receiving messages from Americans through different channels, Oman in particular, and there are also others who are passing the messages of the United States to us. And if needed, we respond to those messages through intermediators. Well, thank you very much, everybody. I think we are done. Yes, we've come to the end of that press briefing. We'd like to thank the foreign minister.
You're watching Al Jazeera. We've been bringing you live coverage of a press conference that is being brought by the Iran's foreign minister Abbas Araghchi, who has made several statements following the US strikes on 3 individual nuclear sites in Iran.
Sophia, just a good morning to you. The press conference by the Iranian Foreign Affairs Minister is ongoing, and this follows an announcement by the US President Donald Trump that the United States carried out very successful strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities at Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan, and has threatened more strikes if Tehran does not make peace. The United States action is the first in a long time, in over 50 or so years, since the nearly 50 years since the Iranian Revolution, that the US has become involved in combat attacks on Iranian soil. And just following a few comments here from people, we have Shivambu is saying, very true, idiots don't understand who is the trouble causer in this world. The world has not known peace, but the Second World War, after the Second World War, because of this monster America that is Biggie Mondi there. And we also have... just reading people's comments. And by the way, the minister also claimed that this is a huge blow to international peace by America. The attack last night showed once again that the Zionist nation of Israel has not reached its targets. The attack from America is to save the Zionist regime. This shows that the White House, I'm not sure if that was to save or to serve the Zionist regime. The English wasn't clear there. This shows that the White House is under the influence of Netanyahu. We continue to defend our country in a heroic manner. The Iranian national people's honor has been damaged, says the Iran Foreign Affairs Minister. Yeah, so quickly, obviously, so this is the development. Just also checking on the US President Donald Trump's own updates. He has announced that any form of retaliation against the United States will be meted out with brutality. And his announcement earlier on was we have completed our very successful attack on 3 nuclear sites. I think we read that one day. Then he also said he's going to give an address to the nation at 10 p.m., which is 10 p.m. tonight on Sunday at the White House regarding our very successful military operation in Iran. This is a historic moment for the United States of America, Israel, and the world. Iran must now agree to end this war. And then he tweeted soon after that, saying any retaliation by Iran against the United States of America will be met with force far greater than what was witnessed tonight. Okay, so let me just repeat that. Any any retaliation against Iran, against the United States of America, will be met with force far greater than what was witnessed tonight. Thank you, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States. Okay, so here we are, brothers and sisters. These are the current updates at present. The press conference by the Iranian Foreign Affairs Minister is ongoing as he responds to uh, the U.S. attacks on what was reported as several nuclear sites. And I've not seen, we have not seen any indication that any civilians were involved or attacked. And the narrative by the U.S. seems to have to be fully confirmed by the Iranians that these were actually infrastructure attacks on Iranian military sites, not at all anything connected to civilians. Then the foreign affairs minister is saying that he is heading to Russia to meet the Russian president, to update the Russian president, and he's debriefing journalists and getting grilled as well, asked questions around the motive for going to Russia. And his responses are that he has to update Russia in the same way that he has always been updating Russia. And he says every time that he's been engaging the United States in the last 2 or 3 months, he has been updating Russia. So quickly, this is your news network, ZimI.com.
This is Zimai Media, broadcasting all round the world, on the spot, on the dot. This is Zimai Media, broadcasting all round the world, on the spot, on the dot. This is Zimai Media, broadcasting all round the world, on the spot, on the dot. This is Zimai Media, broadcasting all round the world, on the spot, on the dot.